Today I'm interviewing Anna about her experience with me in Fluency School. Anna joined me in July of this year, so a few months ago. And Anna, to get started today, will you tell us a little bit about you, where you're from, where you live now, and what you do?
Sure. And I'm really happy to do this interview with you. I'm Anna. I'm originally from Ukraine, Kiev, but since last November, November 2017, I live in Canada, Toronto. We decided to move to Canada from Ukraine together with my family, my husband and my daughter, and it is almost a year.
Yeah, coming
Yes,
soon.
yeah, it's really the time flew so fast. We didn't notice it. And to tell something about me, I'm 37 years old. I'm a lawyer by background, but I mainly do taxes, so I'm a tax lawyer. But here in Canada, due to some regulatory issues, I'm not a lawyer anymore, but I'm a tax consultant. And I work in an international tax group with Deloitte, Toronto.
Great.
So I have one daughter. She's 10 years old. I have my beloved husband. And I think that's that's my main history, my main
Perfect.
story.
Perfect. Wonderful. So are you excited that you're getting ready to celebrate your 1 year anniversary in Canada?
Yes, yes, we are excited. But my feelings are really strange because from one point of view, from one side, 1 year, it's a lot of time. But from the other side, we haven't noticed how this year passed.
Yeah.
It's like it went so quickly, and I don't know whether to be happy because of this, or we have to stop a little bit, to slower and try to notice the days which are passing by.
Right. Yeah, it does go so fast. It's always a surprise.
Yeah.
So Anna, tell me a little bit about why you initially joined me for Fluency School. Why did you decide to join?
The main reason, for my joining Fluency School was that when we have relocated to Canada, and Canada is an English-speaking country, I realized that I do not have that I lack words and I lack confidence, primarily when speaking on daily topics. When I lived in Ukraine, I worked for international law firms, and generally English was my working language. But I mainly used written English and not speaking English. And when we relocated to an English-speaking country, I realized that I feel stuck, and moreover, I feel afraid. And I feel afraid that I will make mistake. I felt afraid that I would not find the right word, and that people may not understand me. So I was afraid.
Yeah, absolutely. And there is definitely a big difference between written English and spoken English. And then there's also a difference between professional English and daily conversation. So it is a big challenge. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Because when you speak to a person in grocery store, or you talk with your colleague during lunch break, or you have a small talk on a bus stop, it's completely different from the situation when you have time, when you can sit and think about the words you can use, what you can say, what you want to say on paper.
Right.
It's completely different.
Absolutely.
And when I realized that I'm afraid, I lost my confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm curious, when you decided to join Fluency School, before we started, were you nervous about anything? Did you have any hesitations about the course?
I would not say that I was nervous, but I was somewhat hesitant because I haven't had previous experience of taking online classes, and I was not sure how this will go. But I decided that if I would not try, if I don't try, I will not know.
Yeah, that's a good point. I like that. If you don't try it, you'll never know. Absolutely. So in the end, after taking Fluency School, what was the greatest benefit for you and your English?
The greatest benefit was that I regained my confidence,
Yeah.
first of all, and the result was due to several issues, several criteria. Because first of all, I learned lots of tips,
Mm-hmm.
lots of daily lexics, which is really helpful for me. I use it every day. I learned several different techniques which I still learn, and I think of them when I'm speaking now with you.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the most interesting and important result for me was that I met lots of interesting people.
Mm-hmm.
And I understood that not only myself, but other people, they are in the same situation. Some of them relocated like for living in another country.
Mm-hmm.
Some people relocated to English speaking countries because of studies or work or some other reasons.
Right.
And yeah, it was really interesting to understand, to realize that other people, they encounter the same difficulties as I
Mm-hmm.
did.
Absolutely.
And I don't know whether it's good or bad, but seeing that it's not only my problem, it helps me to overcome my fear, I would say.
Absolutely. I think you're totally right. There is something about when we think we are alone, when we think it's just us, we think it's a problem with us and we can't fix it. But the truth is, like you said, you weren't alone. There are so many people that have the same challenges. And so it's really fun and interesting to sort of work on the solution together and to achieve the results together. It gives you a
Yeah,
lot of motivation and
yeah,
support.
exactly. And during our online classes, uh, I could notice how people progress, and
Mm-hmm.
it was really interesting. And it also helped me gain my confidence, because I would assume that I also
Yeah,
made progress.
absolutely.
And during in our fluency school, people, the participants were really interesting people, and
Yeah,
it was really interesting talking with them on various topics. And
absolutely.
this also helped us a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I love that. So I'm curious, what did you enjoy the most, or what was the most fun for you in the course?
Meeting people and talking with them.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
as we discussed during the fluency school, you may remember that during first classes, we were all really timid. We were really afraid of talking, of especially when we needed to talk during 1 minute or like 2 or 3 minutes. But by the end of fluency school, we were so, I don't know, we were so natural, and
Mm-hmm.
we could talk like for 5 minutes, and you had to interrupt us. And that was the most fun when you see the progress of yourself and of other participants.
Absolutely. I love that. Those are always my favorite moments when we see over 1 month, the beginning, everyone's so nervous and scared. They don't want to say anything. And at the end, it's like I have to have a bell or something.
Yeah, to interrupt, yeah, to stop, yeah.
It's really fun. It's great. Well, my last question is very simple. There will be other people who will watch this video and they might be thinking about joining the next Fluency School course. So what would you tell them if they're thinking about it?
Don't feel alone. I would advise not to feel alone, because I have had such experience, and you have to understand that you are not alone in this type of problems, in this type of difficulties,
Yeah.
and you have to try. This is the fluency school is a great opportunity to meet other people and to get the very helpful information in condensed format.
Mm-hmm.
You will receive whatever you need
Mm-hmm.
to gain confidence and to speak fluently during your daily life.
Great.
I would strongly recommend trying the fluency school.
Awesome. Well, I love that you reminded people that they're not alone. I think, again, as we talked about just a minute ago, that's really
Yeah,
important to know that it doesn't mean that you're bad at English. It doesn't mean that only other people can be confident. It's just about finding the right method, the right strategies, and getting the practice. So
yeah, get in practice, because when you see that people have same difficulties, maybe it feels easier for you to speak with them, and by having this practice, you feel less and less afraid of speaking with other people.
right,
In
absolutely.
the office, on the bus stop, in the street, wherever you go.
Yeah, I love that. Well, Anna, thank you so much for sharing your experience. I know it will be helpful to many others who are thinking about joining. So thank you very much. And thank you for being courageous in your English and doing this interview. I really appreciate it.